Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy. The OG on the marquee, Jaybird. And the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn. Go.
Oh, I didn't know we were ready. I'm so sorry. Top Jimmy cooks, top Jimmy sings. Oh, he's got the looks. Top Jimmy, he's the thing. We're back here in the Hassle Castle on a beautiful Thursday in the Quad Cities. Great weather all week long. We're rocking and rolling. Leah's not here once again, but hey, who misses her anyway?
Yeah.
Jaybird and T are in the house.
That's right. We're here.
She's starting to build a fan base, though. I keep having dudes come up to me saying, I really love her voice.
Well, I know, but
I'm like, I'll tell her.
Things happen. People have to do things.
So if you're listening out there, Bomb Diggity. They like your voice.
No, I completely get it. Yeah, today's August 6th. It's noon out there, Quad Cities. Want to thank you all for tuning in to ESPN 1170 AM. Want to remind you that you can listen to us on your smartphone. Just download the app ESPN 1170 AM, and you can listen to us online, ESPN1170am.com, and you can listen to us on and leave comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. We're live on Facebook right now.
Hey.
Today is the beginning of the PGA Championship. That's exciting.
Some money. I can't wait.
I know.
You know, I took Tommy Fleetwood in a Harrington's Pub pool as well.
Why didn't you let me know that I could get in there?
Well, I would have. Moss should have let you know.
Oh.
Moose out front should have told you.
Yeah, he didn't tell me. Didn't tell me about that. Is he running it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe whenever they come up with another type of major that's coming up, right?
Every Tuesday, sign up. I'll remind you.
This is the first major in more than a year. It's the first of 7 majors in the next 12 months. Obviously, there won't be any fans in attendance. This is played in San Francisco. It's an interesting course. Named after President Harding.
Warren B.
Yep. So that's what's going on. It's TPC's Harding Park.
You think that's where Warren G got his name? From the Warren B?
No.
No? Okay.
95 of the top 100 golfers are playing there. Brooks Koepka is going for his 3rd straight PGA Championship title, a feat never accomplished since it switched to stroke play in 1958. Walter Hagen won 4 in a row in match play in the 1920s. Does this throw you off at all? I saw this morning. Again, folks out there, it's not going to shock you when I say this. I don't know that much about golf. Tiger Woods is switching to a putter right before the PGA Championship. Is this a good move?
Switching putters, you mean?
Yeah, he's switching putters. What I said, switching to a putter? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. He's probably practiced with it. I'm sure he's fine.
You think he's fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, Justin Thomas coming off the win at the World Golf Championships. He won the 2017 PGA Championship and tied for 6th in 2018. He did not play in 2019. And then my boy Bryson DeChambeau. Crushing the ball. As he is a favorite at Harding Park's thick rough. He's good at this park, supposedly, from what I read, favors big bombers. And you know what this guy with
So it favors Leah?
Yeah. So it's easier to hit short irons out of it than to hit long irons, I believe. So that's what's going on. That'll be, I was looking at the guide today. It'll be on, I think, at 3 o'clock our time. So I'll watch a little golf this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm going to go watch it right after I get done with therapy on my knee.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to our friends at ORA. If you want to advertise ORA, please get a hold of us.
The thing about this course is it's one side of it is completely like one side of it's complete. I don't know if it's the east or west side, completely lined with apartments and like dorms and type of thing. And the other side, I think, is like chain link fence. The general manager at San Francisco's Recreation Parks and Department say this is the most unpretentious site ever to host a major. This is their first time they're hosting, by the way.
A lot for San Francisco to say.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's poop on the grounds.
There's no chateau-style clubhouse and a mid-cart. The cart pulling, bag-carrying golfers and joggers and dog walkers. And it can cost about $50 to play around there.
Wow.
So it's
It's the working man's golf course.
Yeah.
I like this place. The only problem is you got to be in San Francisco, T-Ray.
Yeah, I'll pass.
That's it.
$50 of golf, but it's going to cost you like $30 for a beer. Yeah, great.
Well, no, because there's no fans in attendance. Oh, you mean if you're there, though? It costs you?
you're there, yeah.
I gotcha. NBA is heating up. Playoffs are just 11 days away.
Is it? Brown was all upset last night after that loss.
Yeah, that was bad loss. I looked at that, and is it because I honestly, it's something I probably should have followed up in my head, my mental notes, which I sometimes don't go back on my mental notes and follow up. Yeah. I wanted to see that because I wanted to see if the Lakers have already locked up the number 1 seed, and maybe you should have saw that loss coming.
They got, I think, a 4-game lead on the Clippers, so it's possible.
Yeah.
Because how many more are they playing to even the season out?
Not many more. It's playoffs just 11 days away. The actual most important thing about it is in the Western Conference is that the 8 and the 9 seed, there can be a play-in game. All right? Hear me out. Usually it's just the top 8.
Yeah.
But this year they threw in if the 9th seed is within 4 games of the 8th seed, there'll be a type of play-in tournament. Now, the 8th seed only has to win 1 game. The 9th seed has to win 2. They have to win game 1 and game 2.
Gotcha.
Whereas they could win game 1 and lose game 2 to the 8th seed and they're in. But going into that, it was kind of close, 3 or 4 games. But the Grizzlies have lost all 4 of their games since in the bubble down in Orlando. So now the Grizzlies are only 1 game ahead of the Trailblazers. They're 2 games ahead of the Spurs, and I think 2.5 of the Pelicans, and then 2.5 of the Suns.
Come on, Pelican, fly, Pelican.
You want the Pelicans?
I don't know.
I think the Trailblazers might be where I'm at. Originally I said all overall.
I'd like to see Zion make the playoffs. I don't know.
Yeah. Yesterday we talked about the Big Ten season and how they're going to make some changes. Every Power 5 league plans to play conference-only schedules. There are 2 minor exceptions aside. Beginning as early as September 5th, and championship games slated for mid-December. Division II and Division III canceled all their fall championships. The UConn, the Huskies,
cancel their season.
Cancel their season. Well, they're also independent when it comes to football, so they don't really. The ACC did not ask them to join.
Neither did the Big Ten.
No.
Or the Big East.
Nope. The Big East doesn't even have football anymore. Not part of the Power 5. Yesterday, the Big Ten is going to have a 10-game conference-only schedule. Running from September 5th to December 5th, 2-week with 2 bye weeks per team. A 3rd bye week in November, and strategic sequencing in the season's first 3 weeks. So there's room for flexibility. Pac-12 is a 10-game conference-only schedule, 1 bye week per team, and a week off in mid-December, meaning they're going to probably take that break so if they need to, and then have the Pac-12 championship on December 18th or 19th. The ACC is an 11-game schedule that includes 1 non-conference game, which must be played in the home state of whatever team you're playing. So it's intra-state rival. So even though they're in the ACC, Notre Dame does not have a non-conference as of yet. We mentioned Notre Dame, one of the 7 independent FBS members. They're going to be in the ACC. The championship game will be determined by the top 2 teams in the ACC based on conference winning percentage rather than standard division winners. So you can lock in right now that it's not going to be Clemson, Florida State, like it has been probably for like the last 4 years.
Okay.
The Big 12 is doing a 10-game schedule that includes 1 non-conference game, which I believe Iowa State is bringing in Ball State to take over for the Iowa date. I can't remember. I read it last week.
Running from us.
No, the Big Ten says that they can't allow big.
I know, I'm joking.
Yeah. You're not running from us.
Running. It
just stops us from having a week of Iowa State fans telling us about how Brock Purdy's going to win the Heisman. That's all. Yeah. The MLB is still going strong, but they're tightening their coronavirus protocols.
Oh.
That's right. This is a job that I want to do. I want to be a compliance officer for a Major League Baseball team. I guess I'd be a narc. But I'd do it for a season. For what now? There's only 4/5 of the season left.
Tough day yesterday, Jay.
I had a tough day, yeah. I'll bounce back.
We both did, really. By the way,
I
just
can
not
talk
to give anything away.
I'll talk my way through this.
Bombs was 10-6 yesterday, everybody.
Yeah.
Jay was 7-9. I slowed down. I cooled off to 8-8.
We'll take a look at it. Baltimore's on my radar now of really bad baseball teams.
Do you know what our season record's at, though, for betting on this?
Would you say I was 7-9? Mm-hmm. It makes me 23-15.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Bombs is 25-13.
Oh my gosh, she passed me.
I'm 27-11.
So you would be plus, depending on how much the money is. Baseball's different. All right. According to a memo by the safety protocols, there's going to be compliance officers appointed for each team to enforce protocols and repeated or flagrant violators. There'll be no meeting in hotel rooms while on the road and no gathering in any public areas of the hotel without permission from the team's compliance officer. I feel like the compliance officer is like that old lady in A League of Their Own. Make sure that they stay in line and they don't go out and they have to drug her or whatever else so that they can go out dancing.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to have to do.
So
the
that
officer.
one chick can sing to her.
Yeah.
Her dude.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Marla Hooch.
Marla Hooch.
Yeah.
I'm singing to my Paulie.
Yeah.
Whatever his name was.
Teams will upgrade to surgical masks on planes. Cloth masks were previously permitted, and social distancing will be enforced more strongly. I guess, I don't know. Manfred said we have to make sure people stay in their seats. Teams must reduce their traveling parties to only personnel who are absolutely essential to playing games. Teams must provide outdoor covered spaces for the visiting teams to minimize time spent indoors and whatnot. They're trying to stop the outbreak, but Manfred says that they are focused on completing the Major League Baseball season, which I appreciate, Yeah. So those are some of the things, some of the news going around the world as it is. There are things we need to look at. We do need to look at our baseball scores later. We need to make our predictions. Bomber, I don't believe, is calling in. She's busy. I want to look at CBS Sports yesterday talking about an alternative to the NFL season, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
I'd like to throw up then.
But no, it's not an alternative schedule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like what we're gonna do if not like actual have a season. It's more.
Well, don't scare me like that.
No. I mean, are we gonna have real quick before you read that and we go to break? Do you really feel we're going to have a college football season?
Can I put my feelings in percentages?
Yeah, sure.
All right, about 70%.
Really?
Yeah.
I just think with these players coming out, I think it's going to be a trend. Every conference is going to have players have demands. I mean, they are putting
the demands aren't.
They're
outrageous.
putting their health in.
Yeah, they are,
and making money for coaches and administrators and
they certainly
school.
are.
Yeah. I just don't know if all those.
I mean, they're getting into
There's
education
going to have
as
to
well.
be, there's going to have to be a compromise in between. Some of those things are a little
of arguments
high.
to that, but I don't think any of their demands are without merit or are ridiculous enough.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Do you see Texas Tech's in trouble too for some sort of toxic environment?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I didn't click too much on it, so I'll have to look that up. But yes, I do know what you're talking about.
Curious as to what's going on with that. So.
Right, I'll look that up when we go to after we go to break.
All kinds of stuff going on, ladies and gentlemen, in the world of sports. When you can't play it, you criticize it. All right.
Yeah, I guess.
Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in Iowa. It's nestled right along the bank of the mighty Mississippi here in our own downtown Davenport. Been there since '92, serving great beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, and the Raging River. And don't forget their ever so popular Cherry Bomb Blonde. Check out the Facebook page for any food and drink specials they may have, or go to the webpage, www.frontstreetbrew.com. Remember, the restaurant is located at 208 East River Drive, and the tap room is in the Freight House complex. So please stop in and try some beer and some food today from our friends at Front Street Brewery.
You like that? You like that? Woo!
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
On August 22nd, dozens of people will be rappelling from the Hotel Blackhawk in support of Big Brothers Big Sisters at their Over the Edge event. This year, you can form a team to help you raise needed funds. Your coworkers, a golf foursome, your book club, or just a crowd you go to happy hour with. Why not form a family team and celebrate a life event like graduation, a key birthday, or anniversary? To find out more about forming an Over the Edge team, go to overtheedgeqc.org.
This is the Dan Levitar Show on ESPN Radio.
Do you expect the 78-year-old to throw a strike from 60 feet, 6 inches away tonight? Fauci. 63% of the audience said no. If Anthony Fauci, we should call him Dr. Fauci. But anyway, if Anthony bounces his first pitch tonight, should that impact his shot at winning awards?
What awards is he winning? He's been doing nothing. All he's been doing is warning us, and we've ignored him. And now we're starting sports again.
71% of the audience said yes. He's throwing out the first pitch, Dan.
We've ignored his warnings. He's not going to win any awards. We're number one at being the worst. He gave us all the advice and we ignored it. Told us how to do this, and we simply ignored him.
He'd be throwing that thing in front of 60,000 tonight if we listen.
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till 11 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee, First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Escúchame, it is the Dan Levitar Show on ESPN Radio.
I love Chris, and I want to support Chris in whatever he wants to do. And if he likes magic or he wants to talk about how today's the last today ever, that's something I'm going to support forever.
What is that you said?
Well, this goes back a ways, Dan, and we've been trying to get this off the ground for some time now. But we were talking, Chris and I, and we kind of just realized, hey, today's September 23rd, 2019. This is the last September 23rd, 2019 ever. And they were like, wait, tomorrow's the 24th. And that's the last one of those ever. And then we just realized that today is always the last today ever.
It's crazy to think about because most people think, oh, you know what, I'm going to get one next year. But no, it's different. It's not the same thing. Today is the last today ever. Doesn't that blow your mind, Dan?
Ooh. Make it count. I mean, seriously.
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Hit a home run on your next new or used car purchase at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll feel like you've entered your personal field of dreams. You'll be treated like an all-star from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a major league selection of pre-owned vehicles. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh yeah, Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort who let nothing overcome their profound profession. Those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Precision Air, the masters of comfort and efficiency. For the best in heating and AC, call today. Precision Air will be right there.
Inject a little energy into your workday. Turn on the Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Entering in around Delaware. I don't know, Jay. We're rocking and rolling. This is Don't Hassle Us Local, everybody, on AM 1170. Thanks for joining in today. We're going to jump into some of our Major League Baseball action from yesterday. Like I said before, we did our guesses. Jay went 7-9. Mm-hmm. The Bomb Diggity 10-6, sir, if you will. And T-Ray went 8 for 8. So not doing too bad on the year. For the year, Jay's still 23-15. So if you follow him, you're winning money. Leah 25-13, just a touch bit better. And then a little bit better than that myself. 27-11. Top performers yesterday, Jay. 3 gentlemen with 2 home runs. A 2-homer day. Jock Peterson for the Dodgers in a win. Matt Olson for the Oakland A's for another victory. Mike Trout, 2 home runs in the loss. Way to go, MVP.
That's 3 since the birth of his child.
I know.
Look at that. A little pep in his step.
Well, he gets a lot of home runs. Doesn't get a lot of victories.
Junior.
I like to criticize Mike Trout. I really do.
I get you.
I'm all right with that. I'm just saying, he doesn't seem to win games. I don't get it. Pitchers yesterday, Jay. Guys we made fun of that we shouldn't have. Hyunjin Ryu.
Yep.
For Toronto.
I know.
5 innings pitched, no runs allowed, and 8 Ks. Dang it. I knew I shouldn't have made fun of that guy's name. And Robbie Ray, too. Robbie Ray had a good game. I don't know. Either way. All the scores going across the league. Diamondbacks over the Astros 14-7. Those Blue Jays 2-1 over the Braves. Miami, despite what Jay thinks, can win a doubleheader.
Jeez.
1-0 and 2-1 over Baltimore yesterday. The Milwaukee Brewers squeaked past the Sox 1-0. Cincinnati Reds blanked out by the Indians 2-0. San Fran beats the Colorado Rockies 4-3. Chicago Cubs still on a roll, 10-2, tied for the best record in baseball, 6-1. Those Oakland A's keep it rolling all night long, 6-4. The Phillies get the first one from the Yankees, 11-7, but the Yanks come back. The Bombers win 3-1.
I called that one. At least I got that right.
Yeah, you did. I was very proud of you on that.
Thanks.
Jays Minnesota Twins 5-2.
First team to 10 wins in Major League Baseball in 2020 season, by the way. And soon to be the first team to 11 wins in 2020 season because they're going to do first pitch. Yep, we're going to do the first pitch in about 14 minutes.
The Dodgers beat the Padres 7-6. The Mariners, like T-Roy said, beating those Angels. I was the only one who took the Mariners on that. Oh, no, you did too. I'm sorry. Boston, man, 5-0 over Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that was...
And Max Scherzer leaves with an injured hamstring.
27 pitches into that first inning.
3-1. The Mets end up beating the Nationals.
And I had the Nationals there, too, as well.
Yeah, right now, Jay, our league leaders in OPS. You want to hear who they are?
I don't care.
Nicholas Castellanos.
Yeah.
1.325 OPS. Aaron Big Daddy Judge, 1.227. Michael Brantley for Houston, 1.170. Carlos Correa, 1.139. And rounding it out, everybody's favorite MVP, Mike Trout, 1.131. Good times. Good times to have you all. I don't even know if do I have a list of baseball birthdays today, Jay? Oh, I do.
Yeah?
Look at that. Hey.
I get excited about this.
Well, I do love the birthday thing. I mean, people enjoy their birthdays. Today's a special day. In 1884, Jay, not 1984, 1884, Sherry McGee. I'm not sure if that's a guy or a girl. In 1945, Andy Messersmith. You'll know this one. 1957, Bob Horner.
I do know that
famous
name,
Atlanta
yeah.
Brave. Turned 63 today, you guys. Jake McGee was born in 86, and Wilmer Flores in 1991 to round out people born today in Major League Baseball. To go through the standings, Yankees atop of the AL East at 9-2. The Twins, like we said, 10-2 on the Central, and Oakland 8-4, rolling out the lead in the West. The Miami Marlins, their best start, tied for in league history or team history.
Yeah, it's their fourth time they've gone, 5-1?
To lead the NL East. The Cubbies 10-2 as well. And out there in the West, we have a tie between Colorado and the Dodgers. I believe Colorado's 8-3 and the Dodgers are 9-4.
All right, well, let's do it a little earlier. Let's make our picks for the day.
Okay, going back to that list.
First pitch for the Twins is going to be in just a few minutes. 12:35 first pitch. Twins versus the Pirates. Kenta Maeda, 2-0 on the year, 1.64 ERA versus JT Brubaker.
The Cubs still playing the Royals?
Let me see here for you. Yes.
Okay, that just came off.
You got cut off on you? The printed
Just in
up?
case you
Okay.
are part. But there's pictures on there. Very odd.
Twins are 10-2 on the year. The Pirates are 2-10. Minnesota's minus 210 money line here. The over/under set in 8.5. PNC Park's supposed to be a wonderful 80 degrees out today. Sometimes you just want to say like the things can't keep going this way, but the Pirates are really bad.
They are pretty bad.
The Twins just poured on Bomba Soda.
Bomba Soda, is that what you're calling them?
That's not what I call them. That's what they're called. That was their nickname last year. Yeah, I have a T-shirt. Rosso got me one that says Bomba Soda. I'll wear it tomorrow.
You and Rosso.
So I'm taking the Twins here. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, Jay.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
with you
just
there.
follow that one for a little bit here while we can. And
We'll
see how it
make
lasts.
Leah take Pittsburgh.
Yeah, let's just never go contrarian everywhere. All right, what else we got next?
San Francisco's Giants taking on Colorado once again. Tyler Henderson on the mound against Kyle Freeland. Anderson is 0-1 on the year, 3.68. Freeland 2-0 with a 1.50.
Colorado was a minus 150 to win this game. The over-under at 11.5, 86 degrees in Denver. Colorado's 8-3 on the year, 6-7 for the Giants. Giants clipped the Rockies last night, but I guess right now we're looking at it, even though Freeland's not a name that jumps out at you, you probably want to go with the home team. And if you're looking at this, the rate is still, no matter what, without fans throughout years. And if we go back, I think it's the last 40 years when they started doing really keeping stats of this, or even more. The home team in Major League Baseball wins 54.1% of the time. And right now we're flirting just a little bit below that. So the home field thing isn't taking away that much, with the crowd. Because a couple things is, one, you get a bat last. A lot of teams are built around the dynamics of of
their park.
Yeah. Yep. So it's not so much the home field. So I think it's at 52.5 right now that the home team is winning over this. So, so if this is a rubber match here, I'm taking the Colorado Rockies. I'm taking Kyle Freeland.
I'm with you as well.
All right.
All right. Next up, the Texas Rangers taking on Oakland once again. Mike Minor on the mound against Mike Fears.
Mike.
Minor is 0-2 on the year with a 5.91 ERA. Fears, no decisions with a 5.40. Toss up a coin, bud.
This is the dude. The only reason Mike Fires is he's the dude that did the whistle blowing on the Astros. 8-4 on the year for the Athletics. He has not had a decision yet with the 5.4 ERA, like T-Ray said. Mike Minor, on the other hand, I think they had better ideas for him to start the season, and the Rangers obviously want to start better than 3-7. Oakland's minus 150 here. If you can get it at 150, probably it's going to get up to 155 before first pitch at 240. Over-unders at 9. Here's the one for you. Can you name 4 players on the Rangers outside of Mike Minor?
Don't they have the Oder guy?
Yeah.
At second base?
Mm-hmm.
Do they still have Joey Bats? No, Joey Bats was the one that beat them. Oder punched Joey Bats in the face. Oh, man. Do they still have the manager from a few years back that was the manager when they made the playoffs, or made the World Series, lost to the Cardinals? No. That guy's gone? Oder. That's it. I got.
Ronan Odor, yeah. Elvis Andrus is there. Remember Todd Frazier?
No.
When he was on the Sox, they called him the Todd Father. He's on there. Willie Canhu, Sin Shu Chu, Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo.
He strikes out more than Adam Dunn. That's really it. I mean, their names are not there. And I guess on that case alone, I guess we'll treat it like fantasy, and I'm going to take Oakland because you really don't know anybody on Texas. I'm taking Oakland.
You don't take an Oakland.
Yeah. I'm taking Oakland.
All right, moving on. The Angels take on Seattle. Dylan King Kong Bundy on the mound against Tijuana Walker.
Taiwan Walker.
Tijuana is what I'm going to call him. Tijuana Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a hooker, you guys. Bundy 1-1 on the year with a 2.84 ERA. Tijuana Walker 1-1 with a 4.35. What do you think here?
Great outing last time for Taiwan Walker. They're in Seattle. Unfortunately, it looks like there might be rain. It's only 56 degrees right now in Seattle, Washington. They're playing at T-Mobile Park. The Angels are minus 150. The over-under at 8.5. Dylan Bundy, like you said, 1-1 on the year. But I like Taiwan Walker the last time out. He was riding the first time it was rough. Then he came back and had a really nice outing. They're in Seattle. I'm taking the Seattle Mariners.
Well, I am going to take the Angels, and let's just hope that Mike Trout can do something to help his team win this time.
Sure, Joe Madden would like that. Yeah. And all those Cub fans would like that, too, because they still love Joe Madden.
They certainly do. Yeah. All right, the Yankees, the Bombers from Bronx, if you will, taking on the Phillies. Jordan Montgomery on the mound against Zach Efron. Oh, I'm sorry, Zach Eflin.
I like Zach Efron much better. I like that much better.
Montgomery 1-0 on the year with a 1.59. Efron, this is his first outing.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Yankees. Come on, man.
Yeah, the Yankees should be more than a minus 150 here. 80 degrees at Citizens Bank Park. Over under at 9.5. I do like the Yankees here as well. 9-2 versus a 2-4. I like Jordan Montgomery a lot more than Zach Eflin. I'm taking the Yankees here on the road.
All right. Cincinnati Reds against Cleveland again. Luis Castillo on the mound against Carlos Carrasco. Castillo 0-1 on the year with a 4.50. Carrasco 1-1 with a 3.75. What's going on with Cincinnati, Jay? I thought they were going to be better than this.
5-7, 7-6. You'd have to look at where they're playing at and everything else. They're just not really clicking right now. The thing about this is what I look at the Indians and I look at Carlos Carrasco, 1-1, 3.75 ERA, coming back from cancer. He's easily a favorite to win the American League Comeback Player of the Year. I'm taking Cleveland just for tugging from my heartstrings right there. I'm taking Cleveland to win this game. They are minus 120 according to Vegas money line. Over/unders at 7.5.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Astros are taking on the Diamondbacks. Brandon Bielak against Zach Gallen. Bielak 2-0 in the year, 1.69.
Mm-hmm.
Gallen, no decisions with a 2.70. You know, we went yesterday when we took with colors.
Yeah.
Lance, and he got rocked.
But the Astros won that game. They lost?
Diamondbacks crushed them. 12-1.
Diamondbacks are terrible.
14-7. I'm sorry. Remember Robbie Ray? We were picking on Robbie Ray.
Yeah.
Colors got shelled.
Oh, interesting. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Because I was doing some preview for some of the teams, and really, MLB really, what I read about, really was bashing the Diamondbacks. But hey, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn now and then, right?
That's what I say.
Oh, Zach Gallen. Oh, no. This was even, according to Vegas. Can go either way. 6-5 versus 4-8. I've taken a lot of away teams already, except for I just took the Indians at home. Let's see, I took the Yankees before that. I took the Mariners. I kind of 50-50 along the way. Well, I took the Rockies, Twins on the road. So just to even it out, I guess I'll take the Astros to bounce back. 6:07 first pitch here. Yeah, I'll take the Astros to bounce back.
I'm going to have to say they're going to bounce back, too. When they got two guys in the lead for OPS in the league, you got to say that finally something's going to cross the plate there. Help to win. And be like, obviously, doing pretty well in the year with a 1.69 ERA. So, all right, moving on. Lead. Best record in the lead tied for the Chicago Cubs, 10-2. Once again, taking on the Royals.
It's a miracle.
Tyler Chatwood on the mound against Brad Keller. Chatwood is 2-0 with a .71 ERA. Brad Keller, his first start of the season, Jay. Man, what's up? Is Chatwood all of a sudden... Or is this smoke and mirrors, Bird?
I don't know. Forecast for rain at Kauffman Stadium.
I call it a forecast for pain for the Royals.
I took the Royals yesterday. I'm not taking them again. I'm taking Tyler Chatwood and the Cubs. Cubs are minus 160. I do like this. I just hope they can get the game in.
Well, you know I'm taking the Cubbies.
Yeah, you got to take the Cubs here. I mean, against the Royals. Royals are terrible.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The Toronto Blue Jays take on those Atlanta Braves. Nate Peterson on the mound against Touki Toussaint.
That's right. Fun to say, Touki Toussaint. Nate Pearson made his Major League debut. He got a no decision, but didn't give up any runs. I believe he struck out 5 over 6 just last week. Atlanta is minus 115. They're 8-5 on the year. Blue Jays are 4-5 on the year. But I am taking Nate Pearson and the Blue Jays on the road against the Braves.
I am too.
I love it. Sorry, Touki.
Yeah, see you, Touki Toussaint. All right. Those hot Marlins.
Ugh.
Back in action against...
They could just play Baltimore every day.
Against those Baltimore Orioles. Jordan Yamamoto against Wade LeBlanc. Don't call me Matt.
Baltimore walked into this series 5-3 on the year.
Mm-hmm.
They've now lost 3 straight to the Marlins. Yesterday on our stat head site, had Baltimore listed as a wild card. They do not have them listed anymore. 5-6 Baltimore is. Marlins 5-1, like you said, tied for the 4th time that they've started the season out 5-1. 78 degrees in Baltimore. Miami is a minus 131. Jeez, where do you come on? The Marlins, like, this is like me picking against if the Atlanta Falcons had to play the Atlanta Falcons. And the spread was still -3 the home Atlanta Falcons, and somehow they both would mess up the spread. Either way I pick, it's going the opposite here.
Well, what are you taking?
I'm taking the Orioles. I'm taking away LeBlanc. I can't pick
You're
the Marlins.
taking Matt LeBlanc. You love Friends.
Yeah, I'm taking away LeBlanc over Jordan Yamamoto.
You know what? Marlins are hot, Jay.
-130.
I'm sticking with my Marlins.
All right.
I'm sticking with those guys. All right, the Brew Crew is taking on the White Sox today. Josh Lindblom taking on Gio Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Both pitchers, no decision so far this year. Lindblom a 4.91 ERA. Gonzalez a 7.36. I got to believe that Gio's going to get better than that.
Give me the Brewers.
I'll take the Sox.
Give me the Brewers all day on this one.
All right. And that's it.
Yeah, that's
Those
what
are our picks.
Yeah, Tigers, Cardinals obviously are postponed because of,
COVID.
you know what's going on, right? You guys remember what's going on out there?
What's going on?
There's COVID.
Oh,
yeah. So, also today is active rosters will be reduced from 30 players to 28 players. It will not be reduced any further. This is in the MLB. Why? It's gonna because they're trying to increase the taxi squad from 3 to 5 players for the remainder of the year. So when you lose like 14 players, because the taxi squad isn't another 30-man player, it was just 3 guys that are on the taxi squad take over. So now they're moving down to 5 and trying to reduce the number of people because they can't stay out of clubs and casinos. And
wait a minute, you can get. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the only places you can get them is those dark, seedy places on every corner in between churches.
Yeah.
That's the only place you can is those bars,
Yeah.
clubs and bars. The only place anyone picks up the COVID.
You can't get it if you're doing anything else.
Nope, I've seen the list. Well, there is. It's a list, but at the like if heaven is up here,
Yeah.
and hell is down there.
Yeah.
I've seen the list of recommendations of places. The very depths of hell, it says bars.
So basically, my entire life, I was told that grocery stores are the dirtiest places in the world, and that's where all the germs go. And it's been true throughout my life. When I first got into retail sales.
Okay. So
I would
they tell
instantly
you.
got sick
Mm-hmm.
a couple times. Just minor colds here and there. But those are the cleanest places in the world to go now.
Mm-hmm.
Because now all of a sudden they're cleaning everything great. That little snot-nosed kid that they hired from wherever, he's making sure everything's wiped down perfectly, isn't he?
Yeah. Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah.
They're wiping it down, but
But that's not how it passes. So
no.
But every other germ in the world passes that way, but not this one.
No, obviously there's other things like
just
the gas station
Just
pump
no,
is.
They're not cleaning the gas station pumps. I know for sure they're not cleaning those.
I don't see any.
Not in this town.
I've never seen anybody go out.
I've never seen one person come out of that gas station room.
Wipe it down in between.
They are stuck behind plexiglass and they will not move.
Yeah, I have not seen that either. I guess I would even like every 15 minutes, like in a truck stop bathroom where it says like when they cleaned it. I guess I would like that. I don't care. I guess I wouldn't like it, but maybe for some people it would make them feel better if like daily they took the sticker off and put a new one on like every 15 minutes or so. We wiped it down.
I'm with you.
I tell you what, though, there's nothing more dirty than my kid's iPad screen. So, period. Have fun with that.
Sure that.
Yeah, just have fun with it. All the things that are going to happen. Yeah. But again, are we going to? Major League Baseball says they're going forward, and good for them. I'm very happy about that. It looks like they're trying their best. They're going to put a compliance person in there as well.
Something they should have started with. Let's just. I can
don't
be
know
critical of all this and point out the irony of it, but at the same time, take things seriously. You can still point out the irony of certain things, but baseball to me didn't. Once again, baseball's in last place.
No. Baseball had to figure it out on the fly.
Did they? The compliance thing was pretty easy to have someone around for that.
I understand that, but they didn't really think like they were going to have players going out to. Okay, they didn't anticipate the problem that players were going to go not take it seriously. That players were going to be, I'm an athlete, I can go do whatever I want. No one's going to tell me what to do. I get paid millions of dollars. They just did not take that into account.
They wouldn't have thought that.
They didn't, and the NBA tried with the bubble, but obviously Lou Williams thought about it otherwise. The bubble thing is working out. Obviously, it's working for hockey. It's working for basketball. I just don't think it works for baseball, and I don't see how it can work for football.
I don't think we should allow hockey to be played in the States.
It's not. It's played in Toronto.
Good. Get rid of it.
So just let you know.
Take that, Canada.
Canada let them in, but they won't let the baseball team in.
Oh, don't worry. I don't want Canada. I don't want any Canadian here. We should deport them all. Take that, Canadians.
So, it's just look at that. Twins already have a runner on, just like that.
Look at you! You watching the game? While
I
we're
have
doing
the
our
scoreboard
show.
up as we were pulling things up. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I'm not as confident as you are when it comes to
Baseball.
No, NCAA football.
Oh,
so
you're not 70%? Are you 50%?
Less. I'm 33.3%. Ask me 3 times. Every third time, I'm going to tell you, yes, there'll be a season.
It comes down to money for me, and that's why I'm more confident.
Penn State came out and said there won't be fans in attendance.
Good.
It's fine.
They need the TV money. They're not worried about the fan money.
Yeah.
It's the TV money. They're going to play.
No, they'll play, but no fan. Maybe, yeah. I guess if you continue, I guess we're all on waiting to see what Iowa's going to do. We talked about it yesterday. We have no idea what their attendance thing is going to be. With our governor, nothing. It doesn't. She's probably going to allow attendance. She's probably going to push for it as well. Say like, hey, you shouldn't have to stay home.
Let's be safe.
But Iowa City's a little bit different. Yeah. Iowa City may say like, you know. Obviously, no. I'm telling you right now, I don't think there'll be any. There won't be any tailgating in Iowa City.
Yeah.
So
no, there won't. I think you'll see Iowa. Maybe some of the people that get to go to their box seats. That's it. Nobody in the stands.
I have heard that because of uncertainty of what's going to happen, that the percentage of people that are coming back buying their box seats is very, very low. A lot of people are like, nope.
I'll bet.
I've heard
they probably will do what Penn State did.
Let me ask you a question.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's across the board in the Big Ten.
Let me ask you a question real quick about Iowa City and tailgating.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you love to tailgate.
Yeah.
You want to tailgate, right? And I guess for argument's sake here, 40,000 out of the 70,000 are allowed into Kinnick. All right? And you and a group of 12 of your buddies are part of that 40,000 that have their season tickets, okay?
Okay.
Do you think it would be smart to maybe either one, purchase if you haven't already, but let's say you have a motorhome, just go to a campground around the area. Do it on Friday night, 12 of your buddies. They can pull up in their cars. They can come in that morning. Someone drives you, an Uber or whatever else, drops you off, and you go back and tailgate. It's not a bad plan, right? Because outside of that, because what if you go to like one of the local areas, bars around there, and they're like at 50%?
Big camper fit 12 ding-dongs in.
You could fit, but outside, you're standing outside throwing some bags, grilling a little bit.
Yeah, but where's everybody passing out at?
Well, they're not all passing out afterwards. Some people are responsible drinkers. Some are staying the night.
All right, you got the same friends I do.
I'm just throwing out there. I'm trying to get some ideas.
Who's the responsible driver?
If anybody's sitting on their thumbs and they're boo-hooing about it, being like, oh, I can't believe they're not going to let me tailgate, but I can have my game. Hey, there's alternate ideas and come up with them.
I smell what you're saying.
I think it might boost. I think it might boost some campgrounds around the area. Lake McBride's
Are they
probably
opening
got camping.
campgrounds though, like that, or is
You
that
can go
another
camp
thing
right
they're
in Iowa.
poo-pooing?
You can camp in Iowa.
I don't know. You can still rock in America by what Night Ranger tells me.
As far as you bet, you're darn right you can. Once that happens,
yeah, then watch out.
But I think it's time to start looking at some alternate plans. You could probably do that, get away with that.
You know what you should do, Jay?
What's that?
You should write a blog about alternate campground sites and tailgating sites.
You know what?
for
Maybe I
people that wanna go
will look
tailgate.
into that. Considering you have physical therapy afterwards for your bum wheel. It's not like we're gonna have a happy hour drink. So maybe I'll just run home and I'll do some.
Well, I mean, the therapy's only an hour.
I know.
Whoa.
I got softball practice tonight. I'm not doing that. I got softball practice tonight.
Don't be trying to take away my happy hour.
Yeah. That's a good idea, though. Hey, let's take a break. and come back, and we'll take a look at some more things about the NFL. I want to look at the schedule. Yesterday, I alluded to it and said, like, hey, I think there might be some alternate ways to change the schedule around and make it seem a little bit more safe. And John Breach from CBS Sports had written something up, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. And also your thoughts on if Antonio Brown's ever going to play in the NFL again.
Perfect. Locally owned and operated in the Quad Cities since 1934, Tri-City Equipment has been your source for restaurant equipment, value, quality, and competitive prices for anything you need, whether it comes to kitchen cookware, equipment, refrigeration, utensils, tableware, glassware, you name it. Everything they have is guaranteed, including 30 days on labor and 90 days on parts. If you're looking to cater an event or you're just looking for a few items for your home, check out Tri-City Equipment online at tricityequipment.com or stop down to 527 West 4th Street to see their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom with over 1,600 items in stock. They deliver to all Quad Cities residents and will match any online price. Give them a call today, 563-322-5382, for any questions you have. Once again, that's Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
You like that? You like that? Woo! Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Julian Vandervelde, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Car old? Need it sold? Get rid of that old car and do a good deed at the same time. It's the Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction coming soon to Coal Valley. That's right, it's back. Donate your car, truck, SUV, or motorcycle, and if you live within 40 miles of Coal Valley, they will even pick it up, even if it doesn't run. All donations are tax deductible. Call 309-799-7044 or visit them online at arrowheadyouth.org. Car old? Need it sold? Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction. Stay tuned for an auction date in Coal Valley.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
American Airlines wants its middle seat back, Stugatz. American Airlines does not care about your pandemic, does not care about your social distancing. Enough.
I mean, they're ready to start cramming us back in the airplanes already, wild spikes everywhere in the South?
That is correct. Yes, that is correct. Please don't do that, American Airlines. We understand that everybody wants their money. Come on, your middle seat is an injustice of the highest order under all circumstances. The fact that it exists, the fact that you guys continue in a technological age to put us in sideways in your tubes, in your flying tubes. Get out of here.
I'm telling you right now, I board a flight, someone's sitting in the middle seat, I'm leaving the flight. So, I'm asking for my money back, and I'm making a big stink of it on national radio. I'm warning American Airlines right now, okay?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Which stage of life are you in?
I'm shopping for a new house and can't believe I'm a grown-up stage.
How on earth do people afford college stage?
Or
I never have to think about work again stage.
No matter which stage of life you're in, First Midwest Bank has the knowledge and experience to help you. Visit firstmidwest.com/everystage. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, momentum for life. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you talk and they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on ESPN 1170.
Chris drives one in the air, deep left field. It's got a chance. Goal.
Every pitch, every hit, heard right here.
The 3-2 swung on and missed. Strike three.
Brought to you by Top Notch Mud Jacking, Sheedy Family Chiropractic, Nally's Kitchen, and Mike's Floor Pro.
This one is hit in the air to deep left field. Looking up is Reyes. This is long
Check out the full play-by-play schedule on the ESPN 1170 app.
New construction and remodel season is here. Hi, it's Mike from Mike's Floor Pro. Looking to replace that dull fiberglass shower with a custom-made tile shower? Wood or waterproof vinyl plank in the kitchen? Or carpet so pet-friendly it can resist a bleach stain? Visit the pros at Mike's Floor Pro. Quality products, quality installation, expert staff. Find out why everyone is taking the short drive to 215 North 2nd Street in Eldridge. Or call us at 563-570-1652 to schedule your free in-home measure and estimate. Mike's Floor Pro.
Sign up to be an ESPN Insider. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Welcome back, Quad Cities. This is Don't Hassle Us Local, the greatest sports radio show on earth.
Yeah. And in the Quad Cities. We focus on the Quad Cities.
The earth, though.
Yeah, you can take it all. Good. Good for you, and we should. All right. So, before we get into the NFL and more.
Like Van's Pizza and more?
Well, if you want to do that, this segment brought to you by Van's Pizza More, which, by the way, you might want to retract that. Van's Pizza is sponsoring the segment anytime here. Last night was a big night in our house.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'll retract that right now.
The 20th year in a row.
Oh, boy.
Big Brother is on CBS. The competition show.
Yeah.
Not reality, not soap opera. It's a game competition show. 16 people go in there. Some of them, in this case, some of them strangers, some of them not.
Are you trying to tell everybody this isn't reality TV now?
This is not reality TV. This is a competition show that you have to outlast, outwit. It's
how
just
many
like
times
Survivor.
did you tell you this?
Do you think Survivor is a competition show?
No, it's reality TV.
It's not reality TV. It's a competition show.
Did you sit at home and tell yourself that this wasn't reality TV over and over like 35 times straight?
Is Wheel of Fortune a competition show or reality television?
It's a game show.
Then this is a game show. And what is a game? Is it a competition? Is a game a competition?
It's not the same. The game's established. It's a game they're playing.
This is established.
This is not a game they're playing. They're just around just being ding-dongs.
There are tons of games that they played. They had to do
little political parties, if you will, within their little houses.
Alliances.
That is called psychological
This is All Stars because for some reason in a house that is quarantined, for some reason this got postponed. And I know it's got more to do with production, and I think they had to go through that to get through the ins and outs of how they're going to do production. But anybody could have been in this because you're quarantined for 2 weeks, you're tested, and then they sent you off, okay? 16 All Stars from previous seasons. So I'm all jacked. Because I'm thinking our boy, friend of the show, Derek, is going to be back.
Who was it? Give me the 20 names. Are there 20
16. I can't. You want me to go through all 16 of them?
Oh, yeah. I got to know who they are. I got to look them up.
All right.
And you tell me who's hot, who's not.
All right. Well, they started off with 4 females and 4 strong females. I was like, geez.
Right.
They're coming at it hot. Like,
chopping it like it's hot? Like Snoop Dogg?
Like, I was like, this. I was
the
like.
Pimps of the Crib,
yes.
Ma?
I was like, right away, I was like, this is an impressive list already. Like, they had Janelle, who's been on.
Janelle?
Yeah, 3 times. She'd never won it, though. She'd been, I think, the best she's gotten
she's
is 3rd.
An all-star.
Then you
got
got
an all-star, never win it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's some winners, and there's some never had it, and there's some that didn't make it as far as they should have. There's Danny Donato.
Is that a boy or girl?
She's a girl. She's a runner-up. She lost to her father, actually.
That's odd.
Yeah, it was a twist. One of those, it's a twist. Mm-hmm. So I want to get also in the top 4. This other young lady named Christmas.
Xmas. Okay.
Yeah, she's a fitness type of person. She's kind of annoying, but
her name's annoying too.
Yeah, it really is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm waiting for my cast here to come up here. I don't know why it stinks.
What are you doing this off the top of your head?
Yeah, I'm doing it off the top of my head. Yeah.
Man, this guy's good, folks.
Yeah, I'm trying to go with the first 4 that came in, though. That's all. I wanted the exact order that they came in.
Janelle, Danny, and Xmas.
Christmas, yeah.
And then who do we got?
I'm getting there. Because I want to make all I'll get to it in a second. So they brought 4 in at a time. There's 16. And then they had to do a competition a game where they had to find someone in the house, come in, and then you remember like when you were a kid, because by the way, kids out there and parents, you guys can sit there and tell your kids like, yeah, what he said. You remember like back in the day when you didn't have iPads or television screens in the back of your car and you read comic books or books, or you'd get bored, you'd stop at like a truck stop.
You just tell your kids, sit down,
yeah,
shut up.
Or you'd stop at a truck stop and there'd like be these things, and you'd have like that game that had a little ball bearing in it, and you would have to like move it around and get it.
Or you played Slug Bug.
Yeah, so that was it on this big thing. They had to move a ball around to get it in there, competition. And then the top two got to go on to the head of household.
Okay, competition.
I mean, I don't really know how much you want me to get into like all of it, but like
I want to hear the names.
I'm trying to get you all the names right now. All right?
I don't think you're trying hard enough.
I had to stop and tell that story.
Oh,
I know you don't. There's some people on here, so I don't stop asking me if I want to do this, and they pop-ups keep coming. Janelle, who was the fourth one that came in? I'm trying to go on the.
Janelle, Danny, Christmas. Was it spring, autumn, or fall?
No. We're almost there. Just hold on with me here. I know this is not good radio, but Nicole F.
Nicole.
Yeah, she's.
Is that with a C or two Ks?
With just a C. She played on BB 16, 18. She won season 18. That was a very strong top four right there. I mean, legit.
So then those four had to do a challenge?
They had to do what I just told you. Find
Who
something
won?
in the house. Who won that one? Xmas did. The other two failed to finish it within 4 minutes.
The other three.
Yeah, the other three. All right, then the next four are the dudes.
Dudes.
All right?
Okay.
So one is Ian Terry.
Ian.
Kesar. Ian's a previous winner.
Who's Kesar?
He's the dude. He was on season 6.
Is it? You sure it's not Caesar?
No, it's Kesar. It's Kaysar. Yeah.
I'm just calling
So you got
him
Ian,
Kesar.
you got Kesar, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Want to get the right people here that was in this group. And I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it does. I'll tell you this. Ian got won. And I'll see it in a second. I do apologize for everyone out there. They're probably annoyed as can be. And the other guy in this group was, there was a guy named Kevin. He won. They call him KC.
Okay. Oh, KC and the Sunshine Band. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story about Kevin, too, in a second.
I don't want to hear
Okay, never mind.
it. I just want the names.
And Tyler.
Tyler Stillwell. All right.
Tyler, he's a former, he was a runner-up, but he was a former...
So we're up to 8. There's only 8 more people left.
Yeah, okay, the next group.
All right. Is it divided 8 men and
So
8
Ian
women?
and Casey won that for the guys. They went on to the head of household competition. In the group 4 I just gave you. No, Ian and Casey, not Tyler. All right, go on. Now the next group is females.
All right. What
One
do
of
you got?
them's another Nicole.
I'm going to give her a K.
One of them is Devon.
Okay.
Bailey.
Ooh, love her name.
And the other one is, her name is Keisha. Keesha. Not as strong as a group, okay? Nicole got third last season. Devon has been on twice. Bailey got eliminated 2 seasons ago. And Keisha comes from like season 6. It wasn't a strong group at all. But out of this group, who was it that Nicole?
Keisha's
Nicole
out of
won out of this. The other 3 did not finish within 4 minutes.
All right.
And then you got.
All right, what about these guys did the same competition? Did these
They all
guys?
did the same competition, yeah. They
And
had to
these
go
2
find-
won?
Yeah, that's the guy group, yeah. So I'm going to give you the last 4 guys.
Okay.
Memphis.
Grizzlies. Oh, sorry.
Enzo.
Enzo Smoke.
David.
David.
And then Cody. Cody is a friend of the show, Derek, BB16 runner-up.
Okay.
So Memphis and Cody won their thing.
Okay.
Cody won overall head of household.
Okay.
Because then all 6 of those people had to do a competition. Game. Competition.
So 1, 2,
So now
3,
Cody's
4,
got to
5,
nominate
6.
2 people for head of household.
So Cody and all these guys did a competition.
Yeah, Cody smoked it.
And Cody smoked everybody.
Mhm.
So now Cody has to nominate 2 heads of household?
No, 2 people for eviction.
Oh, so who do you nominate?
I would assume he's going to. I would
This is
assume.
the guess.
Yes, I would assume he's going to say the people that won their competitions that got to play for head of household, because you have to be diplomatic when you're at the beginning. And he's going to say, like, because you won, I'm not going to nominate you. All right? Because you got to play for head of household. Obviously, you've done something good enough. You've won a competition to get to this thing. And then he's going to say, I'm going to nominate one girl and one guy to keep it down the middle.
All right. If it's me,
yep,
I'm getting rid of Kazar.
I believe he's going to nominate Kazar. Very good.
And I'll bet he tries to get rid of Keisha.
I would assume he's going to nominate Keisha also.
So just me going off your advice, I'm already in on this game.
Yeah.
This competition, if you will.
And the reason being is, one, they are a little bit older.
Okay.
They're from older seasons.
So that's age discrimination.
Yes.
Got it.
And also you have to understand that these people are now in their 30s and 40s when they played, like maybe when they've been late 20s or 30s. They're not going to things like reality conventions. So Cody in the last 4 years or whatever else may have been run across the likes of Danny Donato or Christmas or Nicole or Ian or Tyler. I think he would have put up Memphis. I think, and Enzo's also a possibility too. But there are times that they run to these conventions that people go to these reality conventions. I have never bought a ticket or been invited to one of these.
You want to?
No.
Oh, you don't. Oh my God, Foster.
Anyway,
if I got you a ticket to go to a reality convention,
I really didn't think you were gonna give me that long to talk about Big Brother. Nor should I probably. But
well, what else are we going to talk about? We already talked about baseball and basketball.
No, yeah, but I want to talk about the NFL or whatever else, and I got something I want to talk to you about at the end of the show.
We got a 2-hour show.
I know how long it is, but yeah, it was exciting.
So when do I find out which one of these clowns gets evicted?
They get nominated this week. We'll find out on Sunday who the nomination are. Power of veto means they have to go to a competition.
I get it. This is my Big Brother paper.
Thursday will be next Thursday will be the eviction.
All right,
a week from
track
tonight.
of this list.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie says he hopes your cable gets canceled so you can't watch.
Huh? He said what?
Eddie say, Troy, make him stop.
He hopes my cable gets canceled?
Yeah, he
it's on CBS. Joke's on you. Joke's on you, Eddie. I can get an antenna.
Oh, gosh.
This, by the way, everybody that doesn't like this doesn't last 20 years. It doesn't get greenlit in the middle of the season if it doesn't have millions of viewers.
Oh, Jay. We love you.
T-Roy, this isn't like a thing that they're like, we need to fill in time. Let's go back to Big Brother. Like, they announce it in the middle of the season, like, yep, it's already up for next year.
Is that what it is?
Yes, 20 years of it. I told you why I started watching it season 2 in 2001. Dr. Well. All he had to do, he got me with, he's like, I don't even need to lie anymore. I've already won this game, but I'm just going to do it for the fans.
Was it your what year was it?
2001.
Oh, I was going to say, that was your nut surgery.
No, I didn't watch it during that. I mean, I watched it during that. It wasn't, no, mine, that was in like...
Didn't you do that during basketball tournament?
Yeah, I did that during the basketball season. So I did it in March. Okay. But now back to the NFL. Real quick, before we get to that, and we are talking about the NFL, Antonio Brown, you saw over the weekend, right?
No, I did not. So I am really sports ignorant right now. So
Okay.
fill me in.
Over the weekend, NFL said that Antonio Brown is going to be suspended for 8 games for the 2020 season for violating the league's personal conduct policy. He doesn't have a team.
All right. What did he do to violate?
Remember, he went on Instagram and he was videotaping when he was calling the cops, saying all the cops came and took away his kid and his baby mama was there and they were screaming at him. He was calling them effing pigs and all that stuff. He was not very nice. He should have been. So he's a loose cannon. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cody Benjamin looked at a couple teams, and I'm going to ask you what you think.
Cody Benjamin looked at possible landing places for Antonio Brown.
Yeah. Obviously, the first one is the Buccaneers. A reunion with Tom Brady in Tampa? That type of thing.
Okay.
Stories have always been out there that Tom Brady loved his time with Antonio Brown. He was not happy when the Patriots let him go. Those are all the rumors and all the talk out there.
Well, certainly, I mean, we thought it was going to make a huge difference last year when he was on the Patriots for that short time.
Yeah.
Okay, but if he goes to the Bucs, you already have Mike Evans and
there's a lot of lists to feed.
And Godwin. I believe it's Chris Godwin, right?
Yep, that's miles to feed. You're right.
And you got Gronk, and you got either the two tight ends that they have, Cameron Brate and the kid from Alabama. And I'm OJ
Howard. Yep.
So you're going to either have OJ or Cameron on that too, whichever one they end up keeping out of the three.
I think they got rid of one of them, by the way.
Those are
No, that's not them. The Bears traded one away. Sorry, the Bears have a lot of tight ends. Yeah.
They just signed Slim Shady.
Yep.
And then they still have something the third running back out of USC.
What you're saying, there's a lot of miles to feed right there.
Yeah, I mean, does he fit in there? I don't know. I would have to say that's less than. I'll give that a 30% chance.
Okay.
All right. What's next?
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee. Well, going through their thing, they have a strong head coach who could handle that kind of attitude, so I think that's good. Receiving core, the
you have A.J. Brown.
Yeah, A.J. Brown, who was a rookie last year. Then the guy, I believe he's starting his fourth year this season. That's the Corey Davis.
You love Corey Davis. He's a fantasy darling for you. You love to draft him. He's often injured, though.
He's fine, but A.J. Brown had a breakout year. Corey Davis.
And then you have Adam Humphries as well. That's a big name for them.
Adam Humphries?
No, I mean, if you get Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
it's a big ego. It's a big attitude.
It's a big attitude, but in the same division as the Steelers, gets to give them a what for?
No, Tennessee's not in the same division as Steelers.
No, I mean the same.
Yeah.
AFC,
yeah.
So I'm getting that. So you possibly get to give them a what for come playoff time or whatever else. I like that fit. Just because of the fact that the A.J. Brown and Corey Davis aren't household names yet. The quarterback is a humble guy. They should be able to get along pretty well with Tannehill.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give that one 75% probability.
Okay. I got another one that's juicy.
Juice. I love juice, Jay. You know it.
Juicy. You ready?
Yeah.
You mentioned the Steelers.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens.
The Ravens. All
His
right.
cousin
is who?
Marquise Brown.
Is already
your
the
cousin.
Star wide out there.
Cousin Marvin Berry.
Who else is on that receiving?
You got that's Marquise Brown's Hollywood Brown. Who else is on there? I feel like I've had them all on there. Is Willie Snead on there now?
He was, yeah. Downtown Willie Snead. Yeah, you're right.
I feel like I've had it just because I wanted anything that Lamar Jackson was throwing up. I wanted someone on their team on my fantasy
I'm
team.
give this one an 80% probability.
No, he's going to be motivated to play against Steelers twice in a year. Come on, that's good.
Oh man.
All right. Whew. This one seems out there.
The Green not cross the middle.
The Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay.
That does not fit the type of Green Bay that I know. Not splashy, not controversial, not that does not fit the Green Bay.
Basically, they just have what's his
Devin
face still?
Devin Funchess just opted out for the 2020
season.
season.
But the only receiver they have coming back is help me out. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. Dang it, where you at, Erickson?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's like the three name whatever else NJVSQ whatever. Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good fit. Certainly would make Aaron Rodgers smile.
I feel like Devontae Adams isn't going to be there this year. Anyway.
I'll go 80% on this one.
That would be interesting. And then this one also kind of feels like...
Make Tim Thompson have to root for Green Bay and
right
Antonio
up
Brown.
alley.
I know you hate him, Thompson.
This one's right up this
Sit in
coach's
your shed
alley.
and drink.
This is the type of coach that I think would be like, yeah, man, I'll take a flyer on this.
Who?
Seattle Seahawks.
Well, of course.
They need someone to pair with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, right? It seems like they have no trouble with taking on veterans with a shaky past.
I give this one 90% probability.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
You like Seattle a lot? Out of all of them? I like the Ravens a lot, too. Harbaugh doesn't seem like he could put up with that type of thing, though, but I think Pete Carroll could.
Oh, Carroll put up that his entire time at USC.
Yeah.
My worry about Antonio Brown is he's sat out. He's probably lost a step, despite what anybody thinks.
Mhm.
He might have lost half a step, whatever. He's still going to be great. I'm not worried about that. I think he's legitimately might have lost his mind. I think he might have a mental issue, and people just don't realize it yet. I mean, I seriously worry about the guy.
Erickson on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, and he posted for us, Don't Hassle's Local. Devontae Adams, Alan Lazard, Martez Valdez Scanlon. Yeah, there's that MVS that I'm talking about. And Alan Lazard, just stop.
Yeah,
don't throw in a cyclone.
Just
in
stop
there.
at Devontae Adams.
Don't throw in a cyclone
Don't
in there just to do
don't
it.
pretend like you have anybody else to throw to.
Just to do
Erickson.
it. Just to do it. That's so. I
mean, does that keep Aaron Rodgers happy if you get a guy like that? I would hope so. It's just a matter of the dude's mental capabilities right now.
That is a divorce that's waiting to happen. Aaron Rodgers
leaving them?
Yeah, he already said. He said it last week. He's like, the writing's on the wall. It's going to happen. We're going different directions.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do to bring him in, I mean, you could go win.
But this would be their one chance. Listen, if they want to get the money out of what they've screwed up with Aaron Rodgers, they bring this guy in and they win a Super Bowl. He instantly makes them viable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, instantly.
No, I agree.
I mean, right now, I don't think, if you're asking me, probability that Green Bay even makes the NFC Championship, I mean, I think they win. I don't even know if they win their division. I mean, it's going to be a battle between it's probably 50-50 right now if they win their division between them and the Vikings.
Well,
I'm going to probably say 40-60. I think the Vikings are going to win that division. Green Bay's going to be good. I'm not saying they're going to be bad. I think Green Bay finishes maybe like a game back from them. But then you're looking at, once again, we're looking at the strength of the NFC right now. You're looking at New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
It's still very strong. Okay? Lost to Minnesota the last two seasons, though. So, obviously, Tampa Bay has gotten a lot better. I think Dallas is going to be good. You cannot forget San Fran is going to be a juggernaut again.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is going to be hard to beat. I think Seattle's improved. I don't think they're better than Green Bay. I think Minnesota. I think Minnesota and Green Bay are both better than Seattle. If Green Bay has Antonio Brown,
okay.
Seattle's about the same as Green Bay without.
Then here's what I want you to do, because I want to look at an alternative schedule, but now I want to look at what the schedule is right now. I want to look at the NFL, the teams that made the playoffs last year, and I want you to give me just the top 3 that will have the hangover. Last year you called the hold on, wait till after break.
Okay.
But you called the Rams last year. You called it. You said that Super Bowl hangover thing is going to happen. They're not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Give me the top 3, and then give me the top 3 2019 teams that probably could make the playoffs that you think have a very strong case that didn't make it last year. We can look it up. We can find it during break, but let's take a quick break.
Okay. I love breaks, Jay. They make me think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we were talking about Van's Pizza and More earlier.
Yeah, they just sponsors of our Big Brother segment, which goes over very well.
Mark is so happy.
He watches Big Brother, by the way.
Does he really?
Yes.
Or maybe he is happy with that shit. They have outstanding specials on the Van's Pizza you love. Just opened out near the Plex at the corners of Middle and Forest Grove Roads. All you have to do is call them at 563-232-1396, and they can have pizza hot and ready for pickup or delivery. Delivery is to all of LeClaire and Bettendorf. Remember, they're open from 11 to 9 daily, so please get in there and try them out. They have great specials going on right now. $9 for any medium pizza, $12 for any large, no half and halves. Or if you're out to grab a quick lunch, remember there's a $5 burger basket, $7 double cheeseburger basket, or the $5 personal pizza, or a $7 personal specialty. Once again, that number is 563-232-1396. That's Van's Pizza and More, 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
In the first inning, Miguel Sano hit a 3-run bomb.
So the Twins are winning?
In the bottom of the second, Gregory Polanco hit a 3-run bomb.
So it's tied up.
Tied up 3-3 after 2.
All right.
Minnesota, Pittsburgh. We'll be right back after this.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said, give me a hell yeah!
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us,
The
We're
Checkers
Local.
Chicken Bites and Fries box is just $3.49, packed with all white meat chicken and our famous Checkers seasoned fries. It's the perfect craveable combo of flavors. Grab a box anytime, from lunch to late night. That's $3.49 for crispy chicken bites and seasoned fries to enjoy wherever you go. On a walk, on a dock, at your workplace, even out in space. When you're on the go, this deal is the way to go. The Chicken Bites and Fries box, only from Checkers, and only $3.49. Get Checkers delivered.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Your agent's name is Lou, right?
Yeah, and let's just leave it at that. Lou. I don't even know his last name. I don't want to know his last name. I just call him Lou.
Does your agent look like a Lou?
He looks like a Lou.
Who would be an agent? Mike, what do you imagine? Have you met Stugatz's agent, Lou?
I have not met Lou.
Well, what do you imagine Lou Stugatz's agent looks like?
Old-timey.
An old-timey agent from the old show business community.
Yeah, horseshoe haircut.
Well, yeah, you're pretty close. He definitely looks old-timey, and he looks like a Lou. I mean, but I love that my agent's name is Lou. You know?
Sausage links for fingers.
You imagine him tall, or you imagine him...
No, I imagine him
short,
roughly your height.
Short.
All right, he's tall and slender.
I imagine him frail.
Well, imagine him getting yelled at by me.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till 11 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
We've all spent a lot of time at home lately. Has the look of your kitchen and bath been wearing on you? Time to complete the home renovation of your dreams. And for this, you need an all-star. You need to call Mike at All-Star Home Services. Check out their past transformations at all-starhomeservices.com. With financing available and $500 off your complete kitchen or bath project for a limited time. Call now. All-Star Home Services, 563-299-3786, or visit all-starhomeservices.com.
Oye, amigo, it is the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
12 years is kind of long at 20 cents. Maybe pay when he's 40 years old. I don't know. That's a good deal, actually.
Thank you for your contributions to this. Your two contributions today is, I don't know about this, and also, do you think that Dwayne Johnson eats $5,000 a week in food?
I tagged him, Dan.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till 11 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Introducing First Midwest Bank's newest branch, your home. With our online banking and mobile app, it's easier than ever to make a deposit from the dining room, pay bills from the patio, or get alerts in the loft. The convenience of First Midwest Bank, right from your own home. Visit firstmidwest.com/convenient to get started today. First Midwest Bank, momentum for life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
To heal, victims of human trafficking need a place to feel safe and rebuild their lives. That's what we do at Dorothy's House every day. Help us continue to serve during these challenging times. Visit dorothyshouse.org/donate.
You're right on par in your M&M golf car.
M&M Golf Cars, your authorized club car dealer, invites you to check out the new Onward by Club Car. Onward's all-new accessories personalize nearly every detail to fit your lifestyle. Customize yours at mmgolfcars.com. 0% financing for 24 months through the end of the month. M&M Golf Cars, Bettendorf.
In your M&M golf car, M&M golf cars.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport.
All right, everybody, we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish, and this is Don't Hassle Us, a local on AM 1170.
Across the wire, thanks to ESPN.com, LeBron is going to sit out tonight against the Rockets, saying he's out for a sore groin. If you saw last night in the NBA game, the Philadelphia 76ers left the game. He took an MRI, came back with a partially dislocated kneecap. That can't be good for 76ers chance. And then Clemson, the coaches poll was announced earlier today. Clemson is number 1, Alabama's 2. I'm sorry, Ohio State's 2, Alabama 3, Georgia 4. Iowa in the coaches poll is 23. Blasphemy, don't you think? See the dumb coaches. What do they know? It's taking all the money, making kids sacrifice their heart and their life for everything. I'm not listening to those coaches. 23 in the nation. Get out of here. Kamer, am I saying that right? It's leading the PGA Championship right now. Zach Johnson's tied also there at -5. Scheffler is at -4. Schauffele, whatever is he? I think he's on one of our lists, isn't he? DFS.
Schauffele? I don't think he was.
No, it's Steve S. Whatever. Anyway, can I watch this thing? Can I stream this if I have ESPN Plus? I don't know. I'm trying to find all the scores here for it, just to give you a heads up and who's going to be teeing off soon for those following home who also did their DFS lineup. Let's see here. Scotty Scheffler. You ever heard of that guy? -4 through 15. Jason Day is also -4 through 13. Tony Finau, -3 through 14. Then you have your Xander. He's -3. Bud Colley's -3. Brooks Koepka, -3 through 12. So he could make a little move here, right? Gary Woodland's -3. Dustin Johnson -3. Brian Harmon. Kevin Kisner. A lot of Americans up here in the top 11. Look at this. And any other names out there that you want to hear about that maybe have not teed off yet? Let me see. Scott Piercy, isn't that the guy Steve Pierce is the guy from Rat, right?
Stephen Piercy.
Stephen Piercy, yeah, is number 2. It's his little brother Scott is -2 through 7. Rory is -1 through 10. Tiger with the new putter, -1 through 10. Justin Thomas -1 through 10. Anybody else? I don't see Cool Guy yet, but I probably could have gone past that. Maybe he hasn't teed off yet. Oh, no, there's a lot of people. I guess there are 195 of the top 100 golfers there. Yeah, Tommy Fleetwood is not teed off yet.
Okay.
Gonna be fun.
It is going to be fun.
All right, before we went to break, I said I want you to take a look at this list because we're looking at NFL teams. We're going to look at a possible, an alternative schedule, not one that's actually that's been admitted to and or agreed to, but one that they might look at because of a possible virus outbreak or even anticipating the problem. So, and because it is a Thursday and we are known famously for reckless speculation Thursday.
Very reckless.
I told the T-Roy, I said, hey, take a look at the teams that made the 2019 NFL playoffs and give me your top 3 that will not make it, and he went a little bit step further. So give me the teams that made the NFL playoffs in the NFC.
San Fran, New Orleans, Minnesota, Philly, Green Bay, and Seattle.
Okay, so San Fran won the West. Green Bay won the Central. That was your 1 and 2, right?
Yep.
Philly won.
Philly won the East. I think they were a 4 seed, and New Orleans won the South. They were the 3. So the Vikings and the
yeah, you're right. Seahawks were the 5. Vikings were the 6.
Yep.
Okay.
As the playoffs went, I think. See, Minnesota went down to New Orleans and beat them, and Seattle went to Philly and beat them, right?
I believe so.
And then from there, Minnesota lost to San Fran.
Hold on, I'm going to pull this up.
I can't remember now. Jeez.
Well, a lot going on, bud.
I know.
That's the thing. It's
hard for me to remember what happened in the playoffs.
We had talked about this yesterday. Like, do you remember when we just went up to Waterloo and it seems like it was, even though we know it was not too long ago, seems like forever ago. So, all right. So, yeah, Minnesota went up to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota beat them in overtime. And, yes, Seattle went to Philly and beat them 17-9.
And then the following week.
Yeah, that's your divisional round.
The following week, then Minnesota traveled to...
The higher seed would have got it. Minnesota went to San Francisco. San
Lost.
Fran won that 27-10.
Yep.
And then...
did Seattle beat Green Bay?
Green Bay beat Seattle 28-23.
Okay.
And then obviously San Fran beat Green Bay.
Right.
Okay. So then you have your wild card round in the AFC. Do you want to, or wait, let's do the wild card real quick in the AFC, okay?
Yep.
All right, so give me the AFC teams that made it, by the way.
Kansas City, New England, Baltimore, Tennessee, Houston, and Buffalo.
Okay, Tennessee.
Baltimore and
was
Kansas
the 1.
City were the 1 and 2. New England was the 3, and I want to say Tennessee was the 4.
Tennessee was the 5. Buffalo was... Tennessee... Wait, hold on a second. I think Buffalo was the 5.
Did Tennessee or Texas win the division, the South?
Tennessee was a wild card team. Texans won their division.
All right, so they were the 4. Then Tennessee was the 5. Buffalo was the 6.
Buffalo was the 5. Tennessee was the 6.
Gotcha. So
Buffalo went to Houston. Houston beat Buffalo in overtime, 22-19. Tennessee went to New England and won 20-13.
Yep. And then Tennessee
beat
Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chiefs beat the Bills.
Beat Houston.
Or beat Houston.
Yeah.
And then Kansas City.
Remember
beat
they were behind, and then they ended up trouncing them 51-31.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so then Kansas City was down to Tennessee and ended up coming back and winning that game, obviously, and then they went on to win the Super Bowl. Who out of that list is going to have the postseason hangover? Who's got their own version of the COVID so bad that they're not going to see the playoffs in 2020? If we're going by the schedule that we know of right now.
This is what I'm thinking. I don't think San Fran's going to have that Super Bowl hangover. I think they're going to make the playoffs. They're too strong defensively. The hangover is going to come from the team that lost to them in the NFC Championship. First off, I think Green Bay, with everything going on and the fact that Rodgers may feel disenfranchised right now, is going to be an issue. And it's not that they're going to have a bad year, per se, but they're going to get nudged out of the playoffs just by attrition. I think Seattle's going to still be it's going to be what I'm getting at is it's going to be a battle between them and Seattle who gets the last playoff spot. So it could be Green Bay and it could be Seattle.
Okay.
Right now I'm leaning towards Green Bay just because of the friction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And the fact that Aaron is brittle every so often. Mm-hmm. Held up long last year, and so that's why I'm saying it, so Erickson don't freak out. And we all know Tampa Bay is greatly improved. So if Tampa Bay does not end up winning that South, they'll definitely be a wild card. So I'm saying San Fran's in for sure. Either New Orleans or Tampa wins the South, and the other team is a wild card.
Okay.
I think Minnesota wins the North.
Yep.
And then
Dallas over instead of Philly.
Dallas instead of Philly. And then either it's either going to be Tampa or it's either going to be Green Bay
or Seattle.
Or Seattle gets the other
Philly's
wild
out.
card. So Philly and Green Bay are the two I say that are out right now.
Okay. In the AFC?
In the AFC, obviously I think the Chiefs are going to be solid, win their division. I think there's only going to be one team coming out of that division. Baltimore, same thing. They're going to win their division.
Bronco Nation is going to have some arguments with you about that
one.
That's fine. I mean, it depends on how much you love reading about Drew Lock, which
I got to be convinced by Drew Lock yet.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee is going to be really strong again. I think they ended up winning their division off the strong play from last year and their playoff run. I think the Texans drop out and don't make it. I do think the Bills win the NFC East. The AFC East. So I'm saying the Texans and the Patriots fall out. The Texans have fallen apart. They've gotten rid of their wide receiving core. Who's he going to throw to? Who's running the ball there? There are a lot of questions.
What? Who's running it? David Johnson, pride of Clinton. It's going to be running the ball down there.
Like I said, who's running the ball in Texas?
Oh boy,
New England. You're bringing me Cam Newton. All right, I haven't seen this Cam Newton play yet. Is this Cam Newton from old, or is he improved and fixed?
Got to be improved, but not enough for the playoffs.
I just don't know.
They still don't have they don't have the weapons. Tom Brady didn't have the weapons. They don't have the weapons.
Pittsburgh's coming back with a vengeance. They're going to take and replace New England in the playoff run. I think Big Ben comes back healthy this year. They have one more push, and then we see what happens to Big Ben. And then my upset pick. This is the team. I think it goes from they were greatly improved by the end of the year last year by what they did. I thought they had a very strong draft. I think they have a strong head coach. I could be crazy. Call me nuts if you want, but I'm picking the Miami Dolphins to be a wild card.
I like that. I like that list. I definitely agree with New England. So if we're saying like teams that didn't make it, who's going to get in, who didn't make it before. Tampa Bay didn't make it last year. They'll get in. Dallas, they didn't make it last year. You have them going in. Yeah. Pittsburgh to get back in, and Miami to get in. Right?
Yeah,
that's a good list. I'm not gonna argue over that. All right, so that's just what we know about their schedule and what they have going on. Some things I just wanted to talk to you about the schedule, what we know now, and a possibility of like, what they're gonna do. There's an idea. It's an alternate. It's recklessly speculating Thursday. The NFL season does have some contingencies worrying about what's going on during the COVID-19. Just a few of those to mention. All the teams playing each other in week 2 had the same bye week, which allows the game to easily be rescheduled if it has to be postponed. All right, so they went ahead and did that. So like if let's just say they play week 1 and then there's an outbreak between week 1 and week 2 and they say we're going to postpone. All the teams that are playing each other, they have the same bye week throughout the rest of the season, so they can say like, all right, we took 2 weeks off, we've monitored it, we figured it out. So it's a small contingency. Week 3 and 4 have no divisional games, which means if there is an outbreak week 1 and they don't do 2 and 3, they can cancel weeks 3 and 4 because they're not divisional games.
Okay.
So they thought ahead like, hey, it's kind of, even though this is back in May they did this is kind of like MLB didn't realize this was going to happen to the Marlins within the first week. They're looking at it, NFL's like, if it comes, we're going to know right away.
Right.
So week 1, if in between week 1 and 2, if we have to do 2, everyone's got a bye week going on. 3 and 4, no divisional games, we could cancel those. Every team, now keep in mind with those 4 weeks, if there isn't anything that goes on, all right, so within the first 4 weeks, every team has 2 home games and 2 away games over the first 4 weeks, which means if the first 4 weeks of the season had to be canceled, all 32 teams would still have the same amount of home and away games. So if something were to outbreak this fall and they're like, hey, let's postpone it. Let's break down to a smaller amount of teams. So they do have a little bit in there. What John Breach of CBSSports.com is saying that he thinks they should just throw out everything and start over. And that the regular season game should only be 12 games long. The AFC and the NFC matchups would be completely scrapped from the schedule because it doesn't make sense to have those games during a shortened season. So here's what the regular season would look like. Weeks 1 through 7. Divisional games only. All right, every team will play a divisional opponent twice for a total of 6 games. So during that time, each team obviously has a bye week. For instance, the Chiefs would play home and away games with the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Chargers of the first 7 weeks of the season. Although this can be done in 6 weeks, there are 7 weeks here for contingency purposes. Each team will get a bye week with every corresponding division taking their bye week together. For example, the AFC North and the NFC North would take a bye together in weeks 3, followed by the NFC East and NFC East, AFC East in week 4, and so on. The East and the AFC West and NFC West in week 5. You with me so far? Kinda. What's going on?
Listen. Well, odds just came out for NCAA men's basketball.
The odds? Oh, yeah.
Odds on who to win it?
I was at like
15-2.
Yeah, 15-2. They jumped
Second
up
best odds in the nation.
Yeah, they jumped up from 50-1. Yeah, originally it was 50-1. Yeah, they moved up.
That came from Eddie.
15-2. So let's see. I got that, and then let me see. I've got that down. Yeah, the weeks 1 through 7. The bye weeks can be used to make up any games postponed during coronavirus. Again, this is all recklessly speculating. Weeks 8 through 14. Although the game's only 12, although it's proposed only 12 games long, John Breach proposes that to keep the integrity of the last place schedule intact. With that in mind, the second set of 6 games would look like this. All first and second place teams from 2019 will play the other first and second place teams in their conference, while all third and fourth place team will play all the third and fourth place teams. For instance, under the scenario, the Chiefs would play the Ravens, the Steelers, the Patriots, the Bills, the Texans, and the Titans in weeks 8 through 14. On the other hand, teams like the Bengals, who finished last in 2019, would play the Raiders, the Chargers, the Colts, the Jags, the Jets, the Dolphins. Kind of like splitting it from last year, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like changing your schedule halfway through the season, kind of like what the Premier Soccer League does. You know, you have your have and have-nots. Now they're just doing it to try to, you know, you're playing a team that was lesser as before. The key part here is that all AFC teams would get a bye in Week 12, and NFC teams would get a bye in Week 13. And it's already been talked about before because to keep a bye on the same time so that they could play things off. It's an interesting way of looking at it. You get to, just for a point of reference, the Cowboys, their schedule would look like this. Against the Eagles twice, home and away. Red Giants twice, home and away. The Washington football team, home and away. And then because of how you would look at weeks 8 through 14, they would still have to play the likes of, like, because they finished in the top 2, Saints, Falcons, Packers, Vikings, 49ers, Seahawks. Tough schedule.
Yeah.
Patriots.
Saints, Falcons? Nah, terrible. Vikings? Yeah.
49ers, Seahawks, yeah.
49ers are tough.
Patriots would be Bills twice, Dolphins twice, Jets twice. Then they'd have the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Titans, the Texans, the Broncos. Patriots, that would not be good for them where they're sitting at. You know, that it's an interesting way of looking at it, that maybe you played to the team that you played the year before type of thing. You know, that if you're in the bottom 3, bottom 4, then you play the other ones around there.
Well, think of the way the Patriots started last year.
Yeah.
And that defense was on fire, but they're not going to have that this year.
No, because a lot of them have opted out.
Yeah. There's some problems in New England right now.
They got a lot of people that are opting out. So I don't know what, and you mentioned Cam Newton, but I don't know what's going to happen with that because, like, they don't really have the weapons. Like, who's their running back?
Sonny Michel.
I
know. That's just what I'm telling you. That's who it is.
I mean, obviously their running back is going to be Cam Newton.
Not if they want to keep him around.
Well, that's pretty much what's going to happen. I mean, he's going to be. I bet you he's their number one. I bet you he's through week 4. He's their number 1 rusher on their team, easily. Because it's a new toy, and they're going to figure out new different schemes for him, and that's what gets Belichick and Josh McDaniels off. New toy and how they can exploit it against your defense. So, all right, we got to take a quick break.
Love where your head's at. You're a smart man. And I need an ad to read.
I'll read it. Just Doors QC is a proud sponsor. Don't hassle for local. And just like the Quad City's only local sports talk radio show, Just Doors QC is locally owned. Just Doors QC specializes in millwork like doors, trims, baseboards, crown molding, and so much more. Whether you need to replace a front door or a closet door, Just Doors is the right call. Get a hold of Paul Shelley at 309-657-8541 to get started to help you change your home into your dream home. Paul brings an air of professionalism to every opportunity he's offered, big and small, and he will treat your home as if it were his own. Go to their Facebook page, Just Doors QC, and read the numerous reviews and browse their incredible before and after pictures. While you're there, don't forget to like and follow their page. Start improving your living area by calling Paul at 309-657-8541. And remember, there's nothing better than adding to that curb appeal when you're walking by on a nice fall afternoon like this. Take a look at some of the front doors of the houses when you're walking around your neighborhood. And then you can go back to your house and be like, man, I'd really like a new front door. I'm sure it would add a little bit to our resale value. I'm going to give Paul a call at Just Doors QC, 309-657-8541. We'll be right back with Don't Hassle for Local here on ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee, First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
We take you back to 1954. I'm looking for a revolutionary sound.
Plug, 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 plug. Your toilet's plugged, plugged, plugged.
That's not it.
Well, since my baby left me, my party's been all plugged up.
Next.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Roto-Rooter.
That's it.
Roto-Rooter has been locally owned for over 60 years and is the trusted expert. Call the original Roto-Rooter for free estimates and fast 24-hour service.
Roto-Rooter.
Oye, amigo, it is the Dan Levatar Show on ESPN Radio.
12 years is kind of long at 27. You repay when he's 40 years old. I don't know, that's a good deal, actually.
Thank you for your contributions to this. Your two contributions today is I don't know about this, and also, do you think that Dwayne Johnson eats $5,000 a week in food?
I tagged him, Dan.
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till 11 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Ace Muffler Clinic has been serving the Quad Cities area for over 60 years. There's a reason why our customers continue to trust us with their vehicles. We can fix almost anything. We can fix your muffler, tune your brakes, change your oil, change your tires, replace your battery, customize your exhaust, tune your engine, repair your suspension, replace your radiator and your water pump. Align your automobile, refill your transmission fluid, and change your filters. And we believe in doing all those things right the first time. For fast, friendly service, visit Ace Muffler Clinic at 4th Ave and 15th Street in Rock Island.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Levatar Show on ESPN Radio.
Your agent's name is Lou, right?
Yeah, and let's just leave it at that. Lou. I don't even know his last name. I don't want to know his last name. I just call him Lou.
Does your agent look like a Lou?
He looks like a Lou.
Who would be an agent? Mike, what do you imagine? Have you met Stugatz's agent, Lou?
I have not met Lou.
Well, what do you imagine Lou Stugatz's agent looks like?
Old-timey.
An old-timey agent from the old show business community.
Yeah, horseshoe haircut.
Well, yeah, you're pretty close. He definitely looks old-timey, and he looks like a Lou. I mean, but I love that my agent's name is Lou. You know?
Sausage links for fingers.
You imagine him tall, or you imagine him...
No, I imagine him roughly your height.
Short.
All right, he's tall and slender.
I imagine him frail.
Well, imagine him getting yelled at by me.
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till 11 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
To battle is to fight, to struggle, to overcome, and ultimately for the Marine Corps, it means to win. There is no alternative. It's not just a statement of intent. It's a promise to our nation. A promise kept for more than 2 centuries. A promise of the Marines.
If you're craving old-fashioned Mexican food, it's that Nally's flavor that you're after. You've got to go to Nally's Kitchen. Nally's makes everything from scratch daily and has some of the most unique items in the Quad Cities area. Try their homemade guisado, guarches, and gorditas, or enjoy their delicious tacos and burritos. Check out Nally's Express menu and get your food in 15 minutes or less. Order online at nallyskitchen.com and have Nally's delivered to your home or business today. Nally's Kitchen, old-fashioned Mexican cooking, Rockingham and Division, Davenport.
Every crack of the bat is heard on your sports leader. This is your home for the Chicago Cubs. ESPN 1170.
All right, everybody, we're back here in
know you had
the
your earbud
Hassle
in.
Castle. Brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish, and this is Don't Hassle Us, a local on AM 1170.
Well, we're going to talk about this for our friends at 7G, but other than that, it doesn't really affect us too much, but we might as well talk about it. There's a little thing going on with NFL kickers, and it comes down with Bud Light. And 2 years ago, the entire city of Philadelphia was treated to free beer after the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And obviously, there's not too many 2 words than free beer. That's great in the English language, right? So the people at Bud Light decided to give away some more free beer.
I can only think of one other.
Yeah. The people at Bud Light decided to give away some more free beer. But for this to happen, it's relying on the most important position, which we just scrapped 2 days ago, the kicker.
Okay.
As of right now, only 2 cities have a chance at winning the free alcohol, and those 2 cities are Denver and Detroit. If you're wondering how that happened, well, it started in July when Brandon McManus of the Denver Broncos said he wanted to break the NFL record for longest field goal. After listening to the interview, Bud Light said it would give all of Denver free beer if McManus was able to break the record this year, which means he would have to kick a 65-yard field goal. After learning of Bud Light's offer, Matt Prater of Detroit decided to chime in, which made sense because he's the current record holder. Prater said, when I break my own record, what are we doing for the city of Detroit? At Bud Light. This was on Twitter about 2 weeks ago. See, back in 2013, he had a 64-yard field goal.
Wasn't he a Bronco when he did it?
He was, yeah. Bud Light went to Twitter and wrote, screw the record. At Kid McManus versus at M Prater 5. Whoever kicks the longest field goal this season gets Bud Light for his city on us. The Eagles just had to win the Super Bowl. These guys just have to kick the longest field goal out of the 2 of them. Out of the 2 of them. Like, how can you not do this? Like, why can't you just involve everybody, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, and it goes on, this article I'm reading, it says it should open up to everybody. I want to see, think how great the fans would get pumped up for a field goal now, though. The longest one? Yeah, I mean, that's...
If you don't get free beer.
If the free beer would have gone to the longest field goal last year, would have gone to Brett Mayer.
Cowboys?
Yep, kicked a 63-yarder last year. And if you want to see what Brandon McManus is talking about, you can go on social media and you can see him kick a 73-yard field goal in practice. So that's legit. So anyway, I wish they would open this up to everybody because I think it would be fun. Well, there's no fans in the stands. Well, there can be, but I think it'd be fun just to people's reactions, especially like week 17 or whatever else. Yeah. You know, and it comes down to field goal and people losing their mind. And I think it's also, I mean, this is something we should probably talk to Jake from Elite Sportsbook about, a prop bet. Try to get in there. But it's a fun little thing, little wrinkle, and it makes it more interesting to watch field goals when we're doing it. But yeah, 73-yard field goal during practice. That was on, he did that before a couple years ago. It was on video. So I've been thinking about this, T-Roy, when you're done texting whoever.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't apologize to me. I've been thinking about movies again. Because we haven't watched a movie in a while. We haven't broken down a movie. I haven't gotten to take you into the depths of the plot, the cast, the great lines, or anything like that in a while. So I'm trying to think of what movie. And I'm also thinking about how these movies get pitched. Like, where does it go to? Like, and there's a lot of movies out there that we forget that involve sports. So what movie is it that we should look at this week to break down, to dissect, to look at the plot, to look at the cast, to see how much the budget was, to see how much it made, how much it grossed, to see who won the movie, who has got the juice, all that stuff.
All right.
And the only reason I asked this is because where I started thinking odd things about movies was on the Rewatchables on the Ringer Network. They did Teen Wolf. And they really broke down how much of it is a basketball movie over anything else. It's not just about a wolf. And I was like, you know what? That's legit. You forget that Teen Wolf is a sports movie.
Yeah.
And it's a lot about...
It's a werewolf movie.
It's a sports movie.
I think it's a werewolf movie.
But there's a lot about the me first versus the team mentality.
And if you're a kid out there watching Teen Wolf, we do not car surf. That's a dangerous thing.
This movie originally was budgeted for $1 million, Teen Wolf. They somehow ballooned it up to $1.2 million.
Okay.
It made $80 million.
So it's very profitable.
$80 million.
Yeah.
Because it's right off the heels of Back to the Future, and he's in the top 3 Michael J. Fox in top 3 television shows at the time.
Okay.
After the movie Valley Girls, Nicolas Cage is in. The studio said to the writer, we want a movie about high school, and we want it to be done cheap. And he came back with Teen Wolf. It's an amazing story that they're just like, this is in the same year this guy wrote Commando, who wrote Teen Wolf.
Are you kidding me?
Dead serious. You get lines like that. I mean, you get.
So this guy's rich.
You get some guys,
Now.
some great lines in Commando, and then you get, was it Fenstock, Coach Fenstock? I only live by three rules in life. Never get less than 12 hours of sleep. Never play poker with a man named after a city. And never date a lady with a tattoo of a dagger on her forearm. You stick to those 3 things, and everything will be cream cheese.
Well, if we know what you know now,
good talk.
We would hope that Schwarzenegger's daughter got killed in Commando.
Yeah, which they're coming back with the Who's the Boss
Great
show. What I'm saying is, what movie out there that would be obscure that you wouldn't come up with like right away? You'd be like, this is not, like, I got one for you. It's a sports movie. I got one for you. It's came out in 1986. Back to School.
Okay. It's about diving.
It is about diving.
Hold on, let me guess. Back to School. I'll bet the budget on that movie had to have been about a $1.5 million.
I think it was a little higher because I do believe I looked it up earlier today. I think it was a little higher, but it was very profitable.
Oh, God, it had to be.
Mm-hmm.
Had Paulie in it from Rocky.
Yep, that's right. Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Mhm.
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, yeah. He's strange in that, yeah.
The whiny dude from Christine.
Yep. And William Zabka.
William Zabka.
Who, by the way, he just has a good run there, William Zabka
Oh,
does.
yeah,
Listen, this was budgeted for $11 million and made $91.3 million.
It was budgeted for what?
$11 million.
And it made how much?
$91.3 million.
Well, that's a nice $80 million return.
Danny Elfman did the music, who went on to do the music for The Simpsons. That's one that I'm kind of an obscure one out there. All right?
What do you want to do? So, what, are we going to break it down?
I'll break it down for you. I'll take you through like the lines in it or whatever else. I'll take
there's great
recasting or whatever else. But this is something we'll do tomorrow for a little bit.
I like teachers.
Huh?
You do something wrong, they make you do it again.
Yeah. There's one that I'm like, there's an obscure one that you wouldn't sit there and say it's a sports movie, but there's sports involved.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones out there that is obscure that wouldn't.
Hey, you're tall and fat. Hey, you're short and ugly. Give me my pen back.
I'm glad you know these lines. It was great.
I've seen that movie 100 times.
So did I. But
I'll
yeah,
literally watch it whenever it's on.
Yeah. There was this guy who used to do the dive called the Triple Lindy. Whatever happened to that guy?
That's me.
So Back to School's on the docket of ones that's on there that's like an odd film that you don't know if someone has to argue that it's a sports film.
Oh, Philip.
Over the Top.
Over the Top?
Mhm.
Arm wrestling? Okay.
Yep. That's another one that I got in there.
Okay. So you want me to come up with ideas? Off the top of my
I'm just
head?
saying like obscure ones that no one, I mean, you go a sports movie right away, everyone's going to be like The Natural, Field of Dreams, Hoosiers, that type of thing. Like there's got to be other ones out there that are like kind of like, oh, I get it. Yeah, there's sports involved. Like Teen Wolf, the argument's there that there's a legit argument that that's a basketball movie. So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm like, there's got to be other movies out there that we can do that aren't so much.
Well, we already did Johnny Be Good. There was arguments. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank, I guess.
I know, and the other thing is this. Is the 80s so deep in...
Oh, how about this? Rain Man.
Counting cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're playing cards.
That's an obscure, yep. That would be up there. That one made a lot of money. Won an Academy Award, too. The thing is this. Do you think like there's more movies in the 80s, and just hear me out, more sports related like movies in the 80s, like the come from behind story because of Rocky?
I don't know. I'd have to count them up.
You really think about it. Think of sports movies in the 70s. There's the Bad News Bears. There's The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
But once Rocky hits, everything's kind of like the
Smokey and the Bandit. That's a sports story.
You have to. Yeah, it's a competition. There's for that.
No, it's about racing.
Well,
Jay, there's semi-racing in that movie. Yeah. Oh, Smokey and the Bandit, dude.
I would 100%. Didn't we do a Dapper Crap on recasting Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh, yeah.
I would really like to do a Smokey and the Bandit. I do want to do Back to School.
Matthew McConaughey is Smokey.
Yes, Yes,
That's it.
Yeah. If I recasted this right now, this is where we did a Dapper Crap.
Matthew McConaughey is Smokey, And by the way,
No. He's the Bandit.
The Bandit. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
he's the Bandit. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey's the Bandit.
Matthew McConaughey's the Bandit, but you know who plays
Snowman?
Yeah.
Who?
Chris from Parks and Rec.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Chris Pratt.
He'd be good too. I think he needs that. I think after being the lead in Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever else, and I think
him
it's
and
good.
Bandit would bounce well. They would do well.
Yeah.
Together.
And
Now-
he'd bring a little bit more edge than Snowman did.
Yeah.
To it. The question is, who plays Smokey? Who plays Junior? Who plays what's her name? Birdie?
Oh, Frog.
Frog.
Well, see, Frog to me.
I got that one, but that you're bringing back. I got that one right away, and I'm pretty sure I said it. But you're bringing back McConaughey from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It'd be Kate Hudson, but she might be too old now. She's not too old.
I don't want Kate Hudson for that.
I love Kate Hudson. I love her.
Give me the chick that played Catwoman.
Michelle Pfeiffer?
No, Anne.
Oh, Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. She's Frog.
She'd bring a different Frog to it too.
She would. She's hot though.
Yeah.
What's the car?
Ooh, that's really good. We have to do
Car.
that. Yeah.
We got to do the car. All right. Now Junior.
Uh-huh.
I think Junior's easy. I think you get like who's the cat that Steven Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis plays Junior.
Is he too old?
No, he's perfect.
Not too old. Yeah. So then, who's the older? Who plays Smokey? And who's the older guy?
Danny DeVito.
No, that's too obvious. I feel like.
Is it?
Yeah. I think he's too old. I think we got to come down just a little bit.
Oh, dude, I got it.
Who?
Paul Giamatti. He's my favorite actor. Paul Giamatti can do anything. The guy is
he could pull that
the
off.
greatest actor of all time, dude.
Yeah. He could pull
all right,
it
so you got Paul Giamatti, you got Sudeikis, but the other one you're forgetting Big Enos and Little Enos.
Yeah.
See, I think Big Enos and Little Enos. Let's just throw this out at you. The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Actually, that's really good to have those guys do that.
The cameo.
Yeah, just to do that, and because they are so, and even Bomber pointed out they're so like synonymous with each other. I think that's a really good one just to have them because they're not in it a lot. They don't overpower the movie. They're the ones that make the bet that you can't get a semi of Coors Light from Texarkana from the Panhandle to Texarkana. That's a pretty good solid list.
All right, car.
Tomorrow the car thing. Yeah, we're not done yet. So
the
we
beer.
don't. The beer is a good.
The beer's Yingling now.
The beer's Yingling now, I would assume. And then what's the equivalent of the Thunderbird?
Right now?
Yeah, the new Ford Bronco.
No,
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying though.
It's gotta be like a pony.
It's jacked up with something new. These are all good lists of movies. Erickson's pointing out on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, that's a really good one. He just said Ace Ventura. That's a good one that you forget is a sports movie.
Yeah.
That's a good one. This is just a list of things to come. Obviously, The Karate Kid is about sports. We know it. Dodgeball, about sports. Blue Chips, yes. Rounders, I like that a lot. I like Rounders. I know it's about gambling, but Big Lebowski, you wouldn't call that a bowling movie, but it's about bowling. So Big Lebowski gets
Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski would be the biggest stretch for me out of all of the movies that we've done because I have seen it twice.
What are we doing with them?
I think we're going to break down Smokey and the Bandit. I want to go through the recastables of like who possibly was going to be in there, some of the errors that they went through, go through some of the lines. We'll do the premise of the movie, and we'll see how we can change it. And we'll take some time tomorrow how you can change it. And the other good question, we're going to say who, and I want you to think about this also. When I say who's got the juice, who walks out of there with their biggest star power at their highest? All right, is Sally Field?
Bert.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Who won the movie? Who steals the movie?
Who won the movie, though?
Yeah.
Is Jackie Gleason.
Okay, well, that's what we'll talk about, all right? And then the idea of also that I really like to do is could this movie be made into a 10-part Netflix series? Or does it just have to be remade right now, greenlit? How do you pitch? And we got to pitch it.
Oh, we already did it. So
You
if
pitch
you're
it,
listening,
you pitch it by
Hollywood,
you pitch it
get
by your
done.
actors, and then we have to figure out how much the budget would be, whatever. But we'll take a look at. I do want to break it down the cast. I want to see like who was originally cast from each one. I'll just do a real weak ass internet dive into it and just Smoking the Bandit. I really like Smoking the Bandit. I would have argued for Back to School, but Smoking the Bandit is.
We can do Back to School too.
Like I'll look into a little bit of Back to School. We can look into Back to School, but definitely the highlight. So we're doing a drive-in double feature.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to School, Smoking the Bandit.
We're doing this
I
tomorrow?
love Smoking the Bandit. And by the way, one of my first things I ever wrote for the internet, one of the first things was about Smoking the Bandit. I wish I could still find it. All right, we got to go. We'll see you tomorrow. We talk more sports, but obviously we're going to do the double feature of movies that are not sports movies, but they're sports movies. You guys have a hassle-free Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow, Quad City. Stay safe and sanitized.